We got news coming in right now. A high-ranking alleged Hells Angel was gunned down in a parking lot. Sad state of affairs with this one. I do know he does have a history. He was charged in 2019, I believe, as a shooter in an incident. So that is coming up right now on Insane Throttle.
Rev it up, feel the roar, hit the road, let's explore. Insane Throttle, bringing news by James Hollywood, Mason Carey. Engine scream, we ride free. Truth and grit for you and me. From the streets to your screen. Biker news, the real scene.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget to get the book, Power and Betrayal, over on Amazon. Let's get to this story. This is from the London Free Press, from Dale Carruthers. Again, alleged Hells Angel biker mourned after shooting death in parking lot. Sad state of affairs when somebody loses their life. Craig McIlquham, 55, of Oakville, died in the hospital the 29th of April after he was shot outside the Mandarin restaurant in Burlington around 8:30 p.m. This, according to the Halton Regional Police. He was known as Truck and also used the name James Brown, was the president of the Hells Angels Niagara chapter and a past member of the here, and this is their words, okay? Biker Gang's Windsor chapter. So it looks like he was the alleged president of the Hells Angels Niagara chapter. It goes on to say a motorcycle enthusiast. Yes, we are all motorcycle enthusiasts. And father of three, he loves spending time at the family cottage and cracking corny dad jokes. And that's what we usually forget when we cover stories like this. These are human beings, these are fathers, these are brothers. They're human beings that have families. We always forget that because everybody's worried about what club they were in. This is, quote, above all, Craig's greatest pride and purpose in life came from being a father, a husband, a son, and a brother. His family meant everything to him, and he made sure they felt that love every single day. That is out of his obituary. And then the tributes came in across the globe, which is awesome right there. One had said, Brother Truck, you will be missed forever and always. The beautiful moments you shared with us will always speak of a great person that you were. Rest in peace. That was from Zurich, Switzerland, and it was on a page, Condolences. It goes on to say funerals for Hells Angel members have a tradition of drawing patch wearing members of the world's largest outlaw motorcycle gang and their various support and puppet clubs. You gotta love that one. You put support and then you put puppet, the idiots. The gatherings also draw cops, don't you know? They're always busybodies. They never leave anybody alone, including officers from the local forces and the OPP-led biker enforcement unit. Of course, they got to monitor everything. Now, he was one of two alleged Hells Angel members charged in December 2019. A third was gunned down outside of a Masaga gym months earlier as a part of Operation Hobart. Now, this investigation lasted, 2 years into an alleged illegal gambling ring. It's illegal gambling because, the government don't get their, piece it up high. You always got to love that, man. That's just like loan sharking. Come on, man. You got these payday loans and you got these title loans, and they just freaking put your pants down to your ankle and just squawk it up there. And it's all right because the government gets their end. Now the cops said it was ran by Hells Angels and a Toronto crime family, allegedly. And although the charges against him and other alleged biker Robert Barletta were ultimately withdrawn, 2 years of an investigation, and you had nothing. Nothing. The Crown is still fighting to keep the nearly 40 million worth of assets seized for a part of the investigation. Wait a second here. You drop charges, but you still want the money. Who's the freaking crook? Including properties, cash, and other assets owned by both men and their spouses. So you drop the charges, my God, only in Canada, man. Only, I don't want you as a 51st state. Barletta, 55, an alleged member of the past alleged member of the Niagara chapter and current member of the Montreal chapter, survived an attempt on his life on March 30th. 2020, when two gunmen opened fire on him outside his Toronto home. Getting crazy up there in Canada, man. You know, maybe the cold's getting to your brain. You're having a brain freeze or something. Halton police haven't made any arrests. Of course they haven't. Investigators released a photograph of a vehicle in interest. That's right there. It's a gray one. We're going to see what's happened here. Now, this one was what? Back in May 2025. They go ahead and reiterate the gambling bust, but he didn't do any time now, did he? But they're trying to take his stuff. Unbelievable. Going out of KTVB 7, one of the Idaho's oldest club rides into history. They are now being listed on the National Register of Historic Places. Rock and roll, man. It's about time that somebody in the club world gets recognized. The Boise foothills are a special place of peace. It's where people will find dusty trails, chirping birds, and maybe the occasional mountain biker. However, if one listens closely, oh my God, is he building drama here? The hills are not just echoing with bird song, but rumbling with history and horsepower. It goes on to say, let's just get to the good stuff. They're boring me already. This is where people will find the Owehi Motorcycle Club, the host of the country's longest running and third largest vintage race. It goes on, man. You gotta love these old ones, man. It goes on to say the seven men started a group called the Western Ramblers Club. They held races in ballparks and in the community. And by 1940, the group landed on a new name. The club was born before motocross had a name. It's just the history of some of these clubs goes deep, and it's awesome. It really is. I guess on the 6th of October, OMC became the country's first motorcycle club and track to land on the National Register of Historic Places. Great stuff there, man. I love when that kind of stuff happens because, we have to talk about the bad all the time. And, throwing a little good in there, a little history, that rocks and rolls, if you know what I mean. So that is the story right there. Hopefully, the family, we send our condolences out to them. When you hear, and I'm going to say it again, you got to remember, a lot of these people in clubs, they are fathers, and there's a human story behind these news stories. I'm actually kind of surprised that they admitted to him being, how can I say it? The charges dropped and actually gave a decent story, which is, far from normal in this business. Anyway, that's the show for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Get that book on Amazon, man. Got a lot of specials going on for all you guys. Rock on.
Welcome to 1990 Chicago, where trust is a trap and betrayal runs deep. The Betrayal Chronicles real-life book series by James Hollywood Machkari drags you into the middle of the biker underworld like never before. In Power and Betrayal, a kingpin rises and falls in a storm of drugs and deceit. Then Brotherhood and Betrayal throws you into a fight for loyalty where every choice bleeds. Get the Betrayal Chronicles series now with grit, guilt, and redemption on every page. Available on Amazon and everywhere books are sold. Also available is autographed copies by James Hollywood Machkari on www.insanethrottlebikernews.com.